Yo, it's Frankie. Recently I noticed that even top runners are still struggling with hard Pieray cases. So today I decided to finally read the MCSR of this problem. We'll be mostly talking about the rare Pieray case when you increase your render distance and the spawner appears on pie chart. I'll explain everything on a graph where every square is a chunk, and also we'll show some real examples. Okay, so let's say our fortress is 10 chunks away. We're going at first this direction. That means that our render distance moves this way. So we load this line of chunks. Now let's go right. With the same render distance, we go right. So we load this line of chunks. Now let's see what will happen when we increase our render distance by 1 in every direction. Here and here. As you can see, we loaded this chunk as well as all these chunks. You may think that only one of all these chunks can actually have a spawner because only this chunk is on our was on our radius, and we know that the spawner we pirate here was in one of these chunks, but you'll be wrong, and I'll explain why. Okay, actually, this chunk, I call it Frankie chunk for some reason. When you increase your render distance and the spawner appears on pie chart, then 95% of all cases is this chunk. But not always. It can also be one of these chunks. Let's say we have a fortress in here and one of the spawners is in this quadrant and the second one is in this quadrant. You may say that this situation is very unlikely to happen in a real run, but I know a guy who also thought so, and he lost a ranked match because of it. Actually, that was the reason why we started this investigation. So, if the spawner is in this chunk and in this chunk, then you'll think that your Pyrean spawner that is like 4 chunks away, and when you will go this way, increase, this spawner will load, and if you're not thinking about these chunks at all, you'll just go to this chunk and you'll be wrong because fortress will be here. So, okay, we're talking about the case when you go this way and then this way, and then increase. Okay, so we somehow have to check this chunk, then this line of chunks, and then this line of chunks. The best way to do this is to go in this chunk and decrease your render distance by 1 again. We don't know where the fortress is, we increase, the spawner appears, okay, let's decrease by 1 again and go to the 4th quadrant. And it appears. You know what? You're going to this chunk, it appears, and the only way it can appear is this chunk. So you just prove that 95% Frankie chunk, as I call it, like it worked. You know that the fortress in this quadrant. And it's always like this. Like, I know how to explain, but you can just remember this shape. It's the exact same every time. Okay, if it didn't appear, let's say it didn't appear, you will increase your render distance here. If it will appear, then let's draw our render distance. Okay, if you go here and it appears, then it's this chunk. Let's increase it. If it appears, then it's this line of chunks here. And if it didn't appear, then it's definitely this line of chunks. You can check yourself by going here again. So you will go here and you will load this line of chunks. And if it somehow didn't load, then you did something wrong. Okay, that's it basically, but I can show some examples. One of examples I just show here. Let's do it again. Here, increase appears. Okay, decrease by 1. Go in the 4th quadrant, and it means that it's Frankie chunk. It's there. Like here, There, always diagonal there. Let's check it. Yeah, I know it's here because I found a specific chunk for this thing to work. Here's another case when it's not the 95% case. I go here, increase, and it appears. I go to the fourth quadrant and it didn't appear. That means it's not the Frankie chunk which is here, and it's Hinart's case. I call it Hinart's case because the thing with double spawner actually happened in one of his ranked games, and he lost the game because of it. And his opponent just did Pieray in the another place, so it worked for him. Okay, what we should do now is go in here, increase, and it didn't appear. Let's check at the graph. We went here, it appears. That means it's here or like here, as we remember, or here. I don't really remember if this quadrant. Yes, this quadrant as well. We decrease by 1 and go in here. It didn't appear, so it's not this chunk. We increase by 1 here, and it didn't appear as well, so it's also not this line of chunks. And it can only be in here. We just go there, it appears, and we proved ourselves right. If it didn't appear, then you did something wrong. I really hope I explained well and you understood everything. If you'll have any questions, feel free to ask in comments or DM me. I don't know if I explained well, but just believe me, I tried my best. And if for some reason my explanation was bad, then the graph should help you, I think. I hope you will never struggle with Pieray again.